Hey everyone, before this video starts, I just want to say that the audio kind of sounds terrible. That is because I was recording with my phone microphone, but I ordered some like wireless clip-on mics that should sound a little better hopefully, but also I had my fans going kind of blowing at the mic too without me really noticing, so I had to turn on this like noise thing in Premiere Pro that kind of like takes it off, but sometimes it's still there, so I hope it's still enjoyable. Also, the only time Riva Tuner in like the FPS like kind of graph, like big graph that you could see doesn't pop up is in CSGO, but I explain what the FPS is currently. But if you want to skip that and move to the other one so you can actually see the graphs and stuff like that, it starts right after that, so everything's good after that. So I hope you all enjoy. It took me a lot of time to get this video, and my next video will be on the GTX 1060 and then the 960, just so y'all all know. That's gonna be my next benchmark, so I hope you all enjoy. Thank you so much. Peace. This PC for $20, and if you saw our last video, we benchmarked it. Now, I've only done just a slight bit of upgrading on this thing by changing out the power supply, as you can see here. And we don't talk about that. But I changed out the power supply, I changed out the CPU, and I added some RAM to it. So I'm still under $100, and from that benchmark, that GPU is actually quite better than I expected. But I want to see just how good other GPUs can work in the system. So we're gonna benchmark a 960 today. So here's the 960, and it's actually the same size as the case. So we've kind of got a problem. Oh my gosh, we kind of have a problem. And I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna be able to get this to work in the system. So just give me a minute. Here we are inside of the case, and as you see, I got that new power supply swapped in, and the cable management is terrible, and that's my all right, we don't talk about that. All right, this is just a test. So I'm not going to take that out just yet, that GPU right there, because as we can see, this thing does not fit at all in the system. I mean, that's quite a problem. So you're probably thinking, if it doesn't fit, then how are you going to get it to work? Well, I have something actually really tricky up my sleeve. Let me show you. Here is a package that holds everything we need to get that GPU to work inside the system. And I'm going to show you that right now. Okay, here it is. This is the GPU riser cable. So if I'm not mistaken, it plugs in from this bottom piece right here, and then you put your GPU in this top part, or it's the other way around. I actually don't know. Let me look at that. So I have it plugged in, and it plugs in through this side, and then this plugs into the computer, so it's going to be elevated, and I'm just going to try and rest it on top of this like side piece right here to see if we can get this thing to work. So I'll come back to you if it works. So I know it looks kind of crazy, but the cord I ordered was just a tiny little bit too short, so it's like this, and that's our CPU blowing straight into this GPU, and that probably isn't the best idea, but it's plugged in, so it should work. Hopefully, let me see if it posts, and then I'll get back to you. All right, so it's plugged in. HDMI power cable plugged in. So let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Okay, so it's not turning on, guys. I don't know what's happening. Are those fans spinning? The fans are spinning, but this GPU is not. Oh, wait, that's a problem. Okay, I got it. It's spinning now. So, and we get. Oh, I forgot to. I forgot to do that. But it works. It works. I just forgot. Okay, wait. Let me come back. PCIe is plugged in. Now let's try. Oh. All right, wait, hold on. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. The cable keeps coming undone, and yeah, okay, and we're in. We're in. All right, so I'm gonna get a keyboard in here, and we're gonna start setting this thing up. We're gonna start benchmarking. Oh my gosh, it works! I'm actually genuinely shocked. I got this thing to work here. Okay, let's get into benchmarking. Okay, so we've ran into an issue. I'm going to figure out how to fix this. All right, I fixed it with the help of ChatGPT. All I had to do was disable like the security thing of or whatever. Um, so it wouldn't post because of a security thing with the drivers. Um, so yeah, that fixed it. So I'm gonna get in, install new drivers, and then get to the benchmarking. All right. That was the longest graphics driver update I've ever went through in my life, and I never want to go through that again. But we're in GTX 960, 2 gigabytes, paired with our CPU, our i7 7700, and our 16 gigabytes of SODIMM RAM. All right, now let's get into the benchmarking now. Finally. All right, so here we are in CS:GO. My GPU fans are still not spinning. Oh, now they are. Okay, I just flicked them and now they're spinning. And there's a very very loud noise coming from something in there. I'm just smelling for smoke and I don't smell anything. But okay, let me open up. All right, so I'm not too sure why Reva Tuner isn't popping up, but CS:GO has a built-in FPS tracker, so that's what I'm going to use to benchmark this. Where is it? Where does it pop up? Okay, 90 FPS, 105. Actually, I don't know what settings we're on, but this seems to be fine. These settings, we're averaging just about 90 to 100 FPS, and it looks good. So it's got to be decent. It's got to be decent settings, I believe. Let me look. Let me look at what settings we're on. Let's see. Video, advanced video. We are on medium settings. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Medium settings, and we're averaging about 100 FPS. There's a little like, I don't know, like a stutter or something whenever you die. Don't know what that's about. But this is very playable and much better than our old card. So it looks like this upgrade is worth it. Definitely worth the upgrade. Oh. Let's get one more kill here, and then we're going to go into our next game. Boom. 130. Okay, our FPS has gone up. Not sure how it's gone up, but it's gone up. All right, let's get into the next game, though. CS:GO is a definite playable. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I did it, but I somehow managed to get it to work. And I wish I did this before I deleted GTA so I could actually benchmark GTA, but I deleted GTA, so we're just not going to have GTA as a benchmark today. Okay, we have loaded into Apex Legends, and this looks awful. What settings are we working with right now? 1080p. Let's go ahead and turn that up. We have triple buffered VSync. We're gonna disable VSync. NVIDIA Reflex is enabled. Adapted FPS target, I guess 100. Anti-aliasing is stuck on that. We're on very low 2 gigabyte VRAM. Let's just turn everything to the lowest and then see how we perform. I'll get back to y'all when I get into a game. All right, so here we are on the drop ship, and we're at 20 FPS at the very lowest settings. That's really not amazing, and we're maxing out our GPU right now. Okay, getting lower towards the ground, we're at 70 FPS. 80? Okay, on the ground, we're at 90 FPS on the ground looting. Okay, I haven't played this game in quite some time. 100. I just saw 100. Oh my gosh, guys, we're cutting that. In combat, that was 60 FPS. Definitely playable. There ain't nothing not playable about that. I'm just not good at this video game. But oh my gosh, my controls are all wonky. Alright. Okay, we got our kill. We're at some solid FPS actually. This is 100% playable. This ain't bad at all. What is this? What the? Okay. Alright. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna see if we can get another kill up here. We're at 100 FPS. This is very playable. This is actually phenomenal. Way better than I expected. Got another kill. I was gonna revive. Oh no. Got a third kill. Oh no. Okay, this is actually playing pretty nice. It's dropping below 60 right now, but not too low, but below 60. This is actually really, really nice. I really enjoy this actually. If you can get past how terrible the quality of this game is, you can actually have a decent little time on Apex here. Oh, 100% you can. Okay, that's the new character. That's pretty insane. That ability. But yeah, you can definitely have a good little time. All right, we lost, but that was really nice actually. That was a way better experience than what I thought we were gonna get out of this. But let's get on to the next game. All right, so here we are loaded into Fortnite, and let's see what kind of settings we are on. Let's see. So we're at 1080p performance and low settings, and at 80%, but we're gonna turn it up to 100% and see. So that decreased our. Okay, never mind. So we're gonna go into Blitz Royale, and we're gonna play a few games and see how this holds up. Okay, so here we are on the battle bus. It's on a hard drive, so you just got to bear with me. It's not on SSD. But I tried going to the Blitz Royale, but it didn't seem to work. So now we're in regular battle royale, and this isn't the graphics card. This is me playing on a hard drive. Everything not loading in fast enough. That's not the graphics card, but we're at 120, 130 FPS, 150 FPS here. This is crazy. I didn't think we'd get. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is insane. 120 FPS. It's stable too. I want to try and get into some combat to really show off some. See if there's any performance dropping and see what we can do. I'm not the best at this game either. I should say. Okay, so we're at 100. No, I mean that was very light firing. That wasn't really the best showcase, but I'll try and build for y'all. Not that I'm the okay, so I didn't get respawned that whole game, so I'm just gonna go into a creative map and do some building stuff for y'all. So I'll catch y'all when I'm back. All right, here we are on this 1v1 map, and we're at 220 FPS. That's insane. So I'm gonna do some building. Okay. I'm gonna do some building, and I'm gonna see how much. Okay, guys. Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm not a pro, guys. I'm sorry. Um, it kind of drops quite a bit, actually. What went down to 160? I saw at the lowest. Yeah, I use simple edit because I'm terrible. Um, this is also just a 1v1 map, so it's not like anything to be like performing wise, but like if you want to 1v1 your friends, this is definitely a way to go. I mean, we're pretty much at 200 a lot of the time, sometimes dropping into the 190s mostly, so probably like I'd say an average of 190 fps. Try to do some editing, do some fast stuff, I guess. Okay, completely fall. Yeah, I mean, for a 2 gigabyte card, I mean, you don't really expect much, but these games have been playable. These FPS games, competitive games, they are definitely playable. So yeah, this is another W for the GTX 960. On to the next game. Here we are in Dying Light, the first one, not the second one or the Beast, but let's see what we're at on settings wise. 1920 by 1080p. We got our VSync off. We're on medium quality, it looks like. Medium low-ish quality. Yeah, so let's see how it performs at medium low, and then we're gonna try high because this is a story game. We're gonna try high settings as well to see if we can get it to look pretty nice while we play. All right, let's go. Here we are outside in Dying Light, and we're at 100 FPS. I just saw. Okay, it's kind of going down now that we're running up into the high 90s, high 80s. I saw. Back at 100. Do some little parkour here. Oh, here we go. This is so nice. This is way better than the other card in the first video. If you haven't seen that, I'm pretty sure we were averaging about 30 to 40 FPS at times. In combat, not too shabby. It didn't. It's light combat, but didn't drop really that low. 86 there. Here's a bunch of. This is some pretty heavy combat, I'd say. Still performing quite well. Definitely very, very playable. So this is medium low. So I'm gonna turn up these settings to see how much better we can get this to look and still be nice and playable. So I turned all these settings up to high and some stuff on, and we're at 60 now. Dropping to low 50s. So for this extra graphical, expenses, you're dropping out of like hundreds and 80s to 90s to high 60s, high 50s too at the very lowest is what I saw, which is 100% playable, 100% amazing for a story mode game, especially. Yeah, it did go to like a low 50, I saw 51, getting close to 40s. Haven't seen 40 yet, but honestly, I don't think you even really need to have high settings. Like, I honestly think medium settings was just fine and looked perfectly fine. So honestly, this is just like a little bonus here. I do want to try one more thing. Actually, no, never mind. I can't because I don't feel like going through that process of turning all that DLSS stuff on because this card doesn't even have DLSS. Yeah, wow. But yeah, Dying Light is fucking actually phenomenal. Dying Light is running phenomenal on the GTX 960. And that's gonna do it for the GTX 960. So really for an old card, I think it came out in like 2015, maybe 2016, correct me if I'm wrong, but for a 10-year-old card, it kind of surprised me in the competitive games we were playing. Story games, I mean, I only did like Dying Light, but
I didn't really test it how I'm going to be testing the GTX 1060, but that's just because the 960, just the 2 gigabytes kind of messes with me. Although the 1060 is only 3 gigabytes that I'm testing. But overall, for a 10-year-old card, I think it does hold up pretty well. And I think you could definitely get by if you can buy it for like $20, which is what I bought. I bought another 960, not this exact one, but I did buy another 960 for like $22, which for $22, that price is pretty tough to beat, considering I bought a 1060 for about 40, which was double the price. So we'll see if it's actually double the performance. And I'm gonna try and edit in some clips from this into the clips of the 1060 to compare the two different generations. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. And I'm sorry for yapping. And yes, I'm in my Hungry Howie shirt because I am a chud. Anyways, thank you all for watching, if any of y'all even watch this, but I love y'all, appreciate y'all, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Peace.